and one of them threw like this 3XL pair of granny panties at me.
Yeah, your problems fade away when their lights come on. Welcome to the show, ladies and gentlemen. If you ain't ready, better buckle in. We're gonna bring the house down and do it right. Somebody's gonna get lucky tonight. Girls and boys, everybody make some noise. Welcome to the show.
Howdy, 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 and welcome to the Red Dirt Aggie Show. I'm Brian, the Red Dirt Aggie, and that is Jackson Randolph right over there. How you doing today, man?
I'm doing good, man. How are you doing?
I'm doing good. I'm a teacher, and today was our first day going back. Kid, fifth grade. But yeah, man. So what kind of got you into music, or got you just started playing music from the beginning? When did you first get started playing?
So it's kind of a funny story. I think I asked, every boy at one point in their life asked for some cheap guitar for Christmas. And,
Right. I had one.
That really, I feel like a lot of guys have done that. And, I didn't really pick it up. I got a teacher. You may know who he is. His name's Cole Reisner. Badass dude. Great musician. Very talented. And, he's super cool. But I never stuck with it. And then I broke my arm when I was, fifth grade. And my dad didn't believe me for 3 or 4 days that I had.
Oh no! He's like, you're faking.
Yeah, and I had football practice and stuff, and he made me go to it. he felt bad when they realized my arm was broken.
It's like it's actually
he bought me an actual guitar. And
oh sweet.
Kind of just wanted to play in the church band, man, and it just kind of took off like that. So
yeah,
kind of been doing it since.
Well, and that's funny. That's something I hear a lot. From people who come on here and just, I watched other podcasts and stuff or whatever, but a lot of musicians, they get started, playing at church, or usually two common stories I get. They're either they started playing in church or just they have very musically gifted families. Those are the common ones.
I'm the only person in my family that plays. My little brother's picking it up right now, and he's kind of scaring me, man. If I don't focus on my guitar playing, he's gonna
pass you up.
I know, and he's 12.
Oh man, yeah. So he's by the time he catches up in age, he's gonna be
no,
a wizard.
No, he got up at one of my shows a few weeks ago and just stole the crowd. He just nobody wanted to hear me play after that. I was like, all right. So.
Well, and that's the thing. You speaking of younger talented guitar players. I just did an episode the other day over at Henry's Hideout with Montana Lane.
Montana's great, man.
Yeah, no, he's a really cool dude. I'm working with him, trying to book shows and stuff for him too. We have a little partnership going on and stuff. But yeah, super cool, super nice guy. All those guys are great in his band and stuff too.
Yeah.
But Parker Jensen is their guitar player, and he's 15, but the man can shred on the guitar. He's a great guitar player.
Dude, we had a little high school band, and we only played one gig. We only played one gig, and we had so many people there, and it was horrible. We were terrible. But our guitar player was 15, and he was the best in the band. He was just better than all of us.
Yeah, it's just. Yeah, the age is but a number when it comes to music sometimes. People can surprise you.
I know. My guitar player, Ryan Powers, he's only 8 months older than me, and he's just nuts. It's still.
And then how old are you, by the way?
Sorry. I'm 20.
20?
I'm
okay.
20. Yeah. He, but no, he just it's so crazy to me how good he is.
Mm-hmm.
And it's impressive. I feel like a terrible musician when I'm around him. So it's I got 4 chords, man. What's up?
Hey, but you only need 3 for a song, right? That's what they say, though.
Dude, I don't even know.
The truth.
I just start writing. I just get in the mood one day, and I'm like, all right, I'm canceling my schedule. I'll do that too. I'll have class because I go to Blinn, and
okay.
I'll have class, and a song idea will pop into my head. I'll be like, well, not going to class today. I'm going to sit at home and write this out.
Write this song.
Yeah, I'm the class will be there tomorrow. The song may not be, so I'll sit at home.
Yeah, when that inspiration strikes, you got to get it down.
I have to, or else I'll forget it.
Yeah, that's yeah.
Class isn't that important, so it's kind of.
Class is the backup plan, right?
Yeah, dude, exactly. It's like, I'm just in school to make my parents happy.
But
Choice.
what's really your favorite part of creating music, of making music, whether that be like, performing or writing music, either way, just what's your favorite part of making music?
Well,
Being a musician.
There's like two big aspects of it to me. Like the writing part is like, I mean, that's definitely my, I guess, escape from a lot of things. So that's like the poetry side and the writing side of everything are mentally better for me than anything.
Right.
But like, man, those 90 minutes you're on stage with your band is just the time of your life. Like I don't think there's a single drug that could give me that high. So it's like,
yeah, so it's good. The going out and performing then for you is what
Yeah.
kind of does it. Yeah.
oh, I love it. The weeks before getting these gigs and like making it to the gigs, those suck. It's like the hardest thing ever. But those 90 minutes, nothing will ever beat it.
Yeah, and that's what I've heard. That's the common thing. Everyone's like, oh, like, performing is our favorite thing. It's just, it's the hurry up and wait that sucks, right? You spend all the time
terrible.
driving somewhere or, going
Yeah.
and setting up, but then you only get the little bit of time, but that little bit of time is worth everything.
A little bit of time is just like especially like, I mean, I'm best friends with all my band, and so it's just we just get to have fun.
That's important
Oh yeah.
because you
We-
spend
I
time
mean,
together.
Yeah, no, I mean, it's just so fun. I don't understand like how to describe it to somebody who doesn't do it.
Yeah.
But like I don't know. It's like a drug that I chase. It's the biggest addiction I've ever had. So
Mm-hmm.
besides this,
But what's really the hardest part of being a musician? You talk about the fun part, your favorite part, but what kind of challenges do you face? Being a musician.
definitely. Like, I mean, like I said, kind of got into a second ago, just the waiting and the.
Yeah.
So I mean, like I send out like 100 emails a day to venues. I still do all my own booking. I've been wanting to get with a management company, but
Right.
that I mean, shoot. I mean, this is my sole source of income, so it's like some weeks I don't make any money. It's
Right.
That's definitely the hardest part about it is like traveling 4 hours to a gig and after you pay your guys and all this stuff, being left with nothing. But it's like, you gotta
Well, and
do it.
it's-
I gotta pay my dues that way. So
Well, yeah, and it's maybe you get some exposure from doing that, and then you get to go
Oh,
play
yeah.
somewhere else and make money eventually. It's all.
no, yeah, it's all opportunity cost when it comes
Mhm.
to stuff like that. So it's definitely. I mean, if it's like a middle of nowhere like dive bar gig and they're not paying us enough, I won't leave the house. But if it's like
Right.
somewhere I know like there's either going to be some people with connections or it's just a good area to kind of get my foot in the door at, like then yeah, we'll go. But other than that,
Well, yeah, and you're so you got a Blinn. Are you at the Blinn in College Station or the one in Brenham?
yeah, Brian.
Yeah. Okay. So you're out there in the whole like College Station, Brian. There's a lot of opportunities for music just right there.
There is, but it's like it's so. The way I see it is, it's so like you've got to know somebody here because
Yeah.
I mean, you've got the Tap, you've got Harry's, and then
Yeah.
you've
Those
got
are the big
Grand-
two, and then
You've got the Grand Stafford Theater and the Palace Theater. Like that's all you have, and then you've got like the Whitewater Amphitheater, but I'm not Cody Johnson, so it's like
Well, yeah, like what's it like? Turnpike and Cody Johnson and Randy and all those guys play out there, but it's like
yeah, and I mean and they've started doing stuff at Reed. Like they
yeah,
just
which
did-
I'm surprised it
saw
took up
Riley
this
Green.
long to do that. It's a big area to
Me
fill up.
too, man. Yeah, it's definitely. But they did Riley Green there, and it sounded great, and it was definitely a good concert experience because I'd rather sit down in a chair with a back for 3 hours than stand up in the heat of people.
Yeah,
So that was definitely worth the extra like $5 a seat. But
yeah. When I was, I'm 27 now, and I feel old.
Yeah.
But like sometimes, but I used to always be the one who wanted to be in the front and stuff at concerts and stuff, which one would piss a lot of people off because I'm about 6'6", so like
Yeah, no,
I get there
you're
early to be in the
too.
front,
I'm
and everyone's
6'3".
like, hey, talking crap or whatever behind me, but then I'd turn around and they're like, oh, I'm just kidding, oh,
the
'cause
worst
I'm
is
huge.
the worst is the worst is so I'm like 6'3", and like and when I wear boots, I mean I'm taller. I'm not a small person, but whenever it's always funny to me. Like we were at the Cody Canada concert at the Tap a few weeks
Right.
ago. And he's my favorite, and so we got there super early, got front row.
Yeah.
Like, the place packed out, but like there was these girls, and they were like, "Hey, could we like switch spots with you?" And I was like, "No." They were like,
Yeah,
"You're
absolutely
rude."
not.
And I was like, "Should have got here earlier, dude. I'm sorry." Like,
Yeah, like I got here.
I'm
I've been waiting here.
to have
Yeah.
a good time.
Yeah,
So,
it's get there early. But
that's what I always say,
now,
I'm like,
but now my attitude has shifted to like I'll go to Harry's. I want to get there early so I can get on a bar stool in the back, so I can be
Yeah,
in that little
yeah.
elevated spot next to the bar, and I can see
Uh-huh.
and hear everything perfectly. But I can sit down the whole
Yeah.
time.
yeah, Harry's, I still kind of have to get there early. Like,
Yeah.
I'm still definitely young enough for that experience, but
Oh no, I know. I mean, I was
like,
when I was in
there's
school
an
there. I
option-
was right up there, but
Oh yeah, but if there's an option for a seat with a back on it, dude, I'm taking that.
oh yeah, and it's like
I'm taking that.
yeah, and then the booths are usually reserved, at the concerts. So,
Oh,
but
yeah.
if you get there's that row of bar stools in the back that's like right in between that bar and the
Yeah.
top dance floor.
Uh-huh.
That's where I sit
You
now
sit
if
right
I go there to
there,
see
yeah.
a show. I'm
Yeah,
going to
that's
see
definitely a cool spot.
Treaty Oak here in a couple weeks. I'm looking
Oh,
forward
so
to
am I,
that.
man. That's what I got my band for Christmas. I got us all tickets to go because they hadn't seen them. So
Oh hell yeah! Well,
That
we
should
have to
be
come
like
by
fun.
and say hi. Then we get a
Dude,
picture
yeah,
for the
sure. We'll link
Instagram.
up.
Yeah,
You
man.
know them, don't you?
Yeah, I had them on a while back for an interview right before their album came out. It was great timing because
Yeah.
it shot the views up a little bit.
Dude, I'd love to meet them, man. They seem. I mean, Sammy seems like such a cool guy. My buddy Hayden Hilliard's been doing a lot of stuff with them.
Yeah, I need to get back with him. He reached out to me on one of my videos and said he wanted to come on. I need to get
Hayden's
him on
a
too.
badass dude, man. He's a
Yeah.
stand-up guy. He's a cool kid. So
Yeah, I was looking at some of his stuff on YouTube the other day, but because I went and I was I was peeking back at the Parker McCollum episode. We had him on a while back.
that's so cool, man. Parker's
Yeah.
a cool guy, man. So
He's
so my
awesome
dad's-
though.
My dad's best friend. They were like each other's best mans in each other's weddings,
Yeah.
and they've been friends since 4th grade. It's John Randall.
Oh
So-
shoot. Okay.
So he
yeah.
produces everything for Parker
Right.
and does all that. He just opened that label, Big Loud, with Miranda Lambert in Austin. And,
Yeah.
they're super cool. He's like my uncle. I mean, he was there when I was born, so it's like
Yeah,
he's,
man.
he's definitely a family to us. So
Well, yeah, and it's just it was really cool getting to sit down with Parker. I mean, and just talk to him, pick his brain
Yeah.
for like an hour. And I mean, he was just nice as could be. Just
he's
like
just a cool guy, man.
just really everyone who's come on here has just been pretty chill. Even the
Yeah.
bigger names like Trady Oak and Parker and stuff. And then right, it's just it's a lot of fun getting to do this really.
Yeah, that definitely seems fun, man. Me and my buddies have been wanting to start a little podcast in the garage, but because I've got all the stuff to do it, we just haven't done it yet.
Well, yeah, and being a musician, you probably already got good mics and mixers and all that.
Oh yeah,
so
dude,
it's
I've
just
got like 4 of these and like just all this stuff and all the mixers and this whole year, like our whole New Year's resolution was to produce all of our music.
right.
So
So you got all the equipment and everything, and you're trying to.
Yeah, so we've been doing some demos. I've got a guy coming in like 2 weeks to record. I'm recording his first EP.
Right.
I can't really talk about it much right now, but he's pretty big on TikTok, so it's gonna be. It could either make or break me, but we're gonna see.
Well, that sounds exciting. To be working on something like that,
Yeah, definitely,
and
definitely cool. Just kind of get my foot in the door in a different place, on the business side of it. So
well, yeah, and you mentioned wanting to record it all on your own. I've heard that there is a good studio that's like local to I think Colborne Audio is what Montana Lane
that's who
said
we
he was.
recorded our last album with. Kyle's a great dude, man. We recorded our latest album, Empty Promises Volume 2, with him over the summer, so he was super cool.
Yeah, I wanted to give him a little plug there. I've heard nothing but good things about him and
no,
stuff.
Kyle's
so,
a
yeah.
great guy, man. He's funny. He's easy to work with. Very, very talented guy. So he's super cool. He helped us out a lot. I talked to him last week, I think, maybe.
Yeah.
Because he's got that new studio opened up, and I've been wanting to go see it, but I've been so busy.
So you said y'all are working on producing an album. Is there any kind of set release date or anything you can reveal about that at this point in time?
So the one I just talked about, that released in October.
Right. Well, yeah.
That one came out in October, but all the new stuff. So I'm kind of trying to go a different route this year and maybe do an EP at the end of the year. I
Right.
don't know if I want to do a full album unless I just end up having a lot of time where I can.
Right.
But I think right now I want to do something where it's like every month a new song. So like one song a month. Like I should be releasing one this month, and I need to upload it because it's done, but I just haven't. So
right. Well, that's
just
and
trying
just
to do that route instead of dumping everything into one folder. Where like, because I mean, I know there's a few of us that actually get on Spotify and listen to albums all the way through, but not a lot of people do that. So I feel like at this stage, like singles, I could have more time to promote each song, and then
it's the way the world works now. Everything in small amounts. Attention span's not
like an
what it used
album's
to be.
almost not worth it anymore unless you've already got a very
Established,
solidified
like, yeah.
fan base that is like gonna eat up whatever you put out. But
Yeah, like it's almost better. If you are gonna do an album, and I still I still like the whole album because you have a group of songs that are kind of somewhat related, especially if they're somewhat related to each other. But it's like you have to make sure you push like those singles or like EPs beforehand to kind of build up the hype for it, so people know at least a couple of the songs on it already.
Our one single we released off the album did better than the whole album. So I mean, like it's still doing better than the whole album together. So it's like
Just the way it goes.
That's kind of what taught me. I'm like, man, I can take so much more time to promote one song at a time than I can 12 at a time. It's like,
and it's the
way easier.
It's the same thing with a podcast. I used to try to do 2 episodes a week, and then between that and work and everything, that was just like not really feasible anymore.
It kind of becomes forced too.
Yeah, and then I felt like I was like forcing content, like especially in the beginning because I didn't have an interview every week. So sometimes it was just me talking about like Texas music news and sports, like by myself, or I would get my friends to come on and stuff, which I mean we still do every now and then. But it was like trying to do 2 every week. I was trying to think of ideas at the last minute and rush them out, and I felt like they weren't good enough quality. Plus, I didn't have any time to promote the previous one before the next one would come out.
Yeah, no,
so it's
like you have to like give yourself some time to like get on. That's my worst thing is like I've got a social media following, I just don't use it.
Yeah.
Like on TikTok, I've got like 7,000 something followers, and I just maybe post once a month when I'm feeling like it. Like if I did it every day, I feel like I'd have a shot. But
because if you get to I think it's 10,000 now or something on TikTok, and you have a certain amount of like viewership, I think you can join some program and like monetize it.
Oh yeah, no, you can monetize it at 10. I mean, my video that took off with our single fake ID, like that got me like 1,700 followers overnight. So it was like, I was like, maybe that's the move. So I mean, I need to sit down and actually make a plan on how I'm going to do it, and I need to quit wasting my time being an idiot and sit down and make content and then like put it out so I'm not like stressed when I don't have content. I need to make backup stuff.
Well, and that's what I'm learning too through doing stuff like this is you want to be like 1 week ahead. So like I already have the first 2 episodes like filmed, and one will come out next week, and then yours that we're doing right now will probably come out the week after that. That's my goal, right now. I'll keep you updated on that, but you have to plan out your content and stuff. And I think there's some correlation between like releasing music or releasing podcast episodes, and then there's editing and all of the stuff. It's a lot of work, but it's a lot of fun.
Yeah, it is. And like so, like the little like acoustic videos, I guess you could call them, that I put out, like those are all like recorded through Pro Tools and all that stuff, and then edited and like all that. I mean, they take time to make, and so I mean, I need to do a thing where I just post for 30 days straight. Like, I think if I posted on TikTok 30 days straight, I could have some sort of, like, climb. But
the algorithm likes it when you post, like, at least once a day, and I don't have the time to do that, so usually I just post a couple before.
Like, I used to find myself on, like, the For You page. Like my videos would catch traction, but, like, now, it's hard for me to get a video to get over, like, 700 or 800 views on TikTok.
Mine, like my average ones usually cap out like around 300, and then if one does well, then it's like around 700 to 1,000.
Yeah.
And I don't know, like sometimes I look and I'm like, I don't know what the difference is between this one and this one because they look the same to me. They're the same quality, the same background.
Just
and
at some
like
point they're like, we're gonna put this one more. Like,
yeah.
I don't get it, but like I've got videos of 60,000 views, and then I've got some with 200, and it's like this makes no sense to me.
I don't know. I think a lot of it's random, and then I mean some of it is just the right person thinks it's funny and shares it too. I think, and it's you never know who that's going to be.
Yeah.
But
definitely weird how all that stuff works.
But yeah, man. And then getting back to talking about traveling around. You said you have to travel pretty far sometimes to go play these shows and stuff. So when you're on the road heading to those shows and you walk into a gas station, what's your go-to like gas station snacks, or what are you grabbing like drink wise and snack wise?
If we are on our way and like see an Allsup's,
Yeah,
an Allsup's burrito, hands down, hands down. But like I'll settle for a 7-Eleven taquito,
right.
but I'll always get a Red Bull. I'll always get a Red Bull. I
Gotta
never
have the
need
energy.
It. I never need it. I always have energy, but like if I'm at a gas station, I'm getting a Red Bull. So it's normally something like that, like gas station, like burrito or taquito, and a Red Bull, which is the worst possible thing you could ever do to your stomach.
Well, and I was gonna say that's gonna sit you down later. You better get it out before the show.
It sits me down like an hour later. Like I know what it's gonna do, and it does it every time. And it's like
you're gonna be finding another gas station in an hour if you get it for different reasons.
For real. Yeah, no, that's normally my gas station snack. I used to like crave sweet stuff too, so I'd like get like a pack of Reese's or something. But I kind of stopped doing that. Like I kind of just stopped eating candy and stuff like that. So,
and yeah, like I love the salty and sweet combo. Get something like pretzels and M&Ms or something like mixed. Like I don't know, or like what was the other thing? Hot fries, but like the blue bag that says Andy Caps on it. I don't know if you like. I don't like the Chester's ones, like that have the Cheeto guy on them. I like
I don't
Andy
like
Caps.
those. You got to get the real cheap ones. Those are those are the original ones too. Like those are the best.
Yeah, those are the ones they have at the dollar stores. But yeah, they're so good.
You get that, or like, hey, dude, another thing that a lot of gas stations have that I do is I call them the adult Lunchables, but they're like it's like the salami and the
they're so good. Yes,
like those are the best.
Yes,
those are the best. I'll eat that any day of the week. Like if they weren't $7 a piece, I'd have them in my fridge all the time. But,
absolutely. And then, what are you on the where do you stand on the whole the beans belong in chili thing?
Oh, dude. Well, like I mean, as a Texan, I have to say beans don't, but like I'll eat it either way. I've got no discrimination. If you call it like, I mean, if you come up to me and you're like, here's a bowl of taco meat and some water, I'm gonna be like, this is not chili. Like it's not. But then if you come up to me and it's like super bean forward, I'm gonna be like, this is like a soup. I mean, I don't really. The Texan in me has to say that like beans do not belong in chili, but
unless you're Rich O'Toole.
God, don't get me started on Rich O'Toole.
He was our first guest.
He's a nice guy, man.
Yeah, I love Rich.
No, dude. Like, I'll eat it either way. I'm not picky. I'll eat it either way. But when you put beans in it, it's like taco soup.
Well, yeah, and it's like, and if you have just solid meat and like tomato sauce, that's just like a bowl of heartburn.
It's like a bowl of sloppy Joe mix. Like I don't really know where it's just chili.
Well, and there's also like if you're gonna have chili without beans. Then like if you're making a hot dog, you don't want to have chili with beans because that's just kind of weird to put beans on a hot dog. But like,
but I mean, like,
if you're gonna eat a bowl of chili, though, like I kind of like that style with the beans in it, and then you add some cheese on top,
like a Frito pie. Like, I want beans in my chili.
Yeah, and then at the same time, like I don't think I'd be opposed to eating a bowl of meat with cheese either, because I like meat and cheese. So like, it's just like
it's kind of like what part of my heart or body do I want to stop up today? Like if
this track is gonna go nuts after that.
If I eat a pound of ground beef, dude, my heart's gonna be screaming. Like my cholesterol's gonna fly through the roof. But like
with a side of Prilosec.
Dude, every time I hear somebody talk about Prilosec, I think about Larry the Cable Guy. Because he did that commercial.
He did a whole bit with Prilosec, or he had a commercial, yeah.
Yeah, he had like commercials, and they'd air all the time. Like I remember, it was always like, Duck Dynasty. He's like, "You like that Prilosec OTC?" I was like, "What?" I'm like, I'm 9, dude. I don't have heartburn.
It's just like the most random ads. Kind of like how Shaq always does the icy hot ads.
Shaq is so funny, dude. I think he's one of the most interesting human beings.
Yeah, like he's actually I don't know if he still is, but he was a deputy sheriff or something
Yeah.
too for a while. Like
He just does
he's just
side
like
quests. He's right
just
out
because he
shit
can't.
with
Yeah,
it.
he does side exactly. He's
Well,
just
now
out
he's
there.
a DJ.
Yeah, I've seen like the videos of him and stuff.
But he's not doing like small venues either. Like he's DJing for like 10,000 people.
DJ Shaq.
His name is Shaq Diesel, I think is his stage name.
Oh my God, the Diesel.
Shaq
Yeah, you got
Diesel.
to. Yeah, that's funny. But
Yeah,
he just
he's-
kind of like he does whatever he wants, man. He's living
just
life.
kinda run out of stuff to do, so he just does it to do it. I guess it's really funny.
Well, it's like he's already famous enough to where whatever he does, he's probably going to be successful at it. Just because people are going to be like show
Oh,
up. And,
yeah, it's Shaq. Everybody
Yeah.
knows who Shaq is.
yeah, and
Everybody
that whole NBA crew in the playoffs when they all get together is always
They're
hilarious.
so funny.
I know. Oh
Him
man,
and like Charles Barkley and like all those guys, like it's so funny to me.
they're like skits and stuff.
Yeah, and they
Uh,
just like completely like dog on each other the entire time. Too. Like, they're not nice to each other. Like they're so
No.
mean.
No, Charles Barkley and Shaq seem like they have some real beef sometimes.
You seen that whole deal he's got with I think it's Charles Barkley, but like San Antonio women.
yeah.
Is that Charles Barkley?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
He's like,
Be
you're
I
out
don't know
of
anything
San
about them
Antonio.
San
women."
Antonio women. I'm like, all right.
Yeah, yeah. Oh man.
No, that group of guys is so funny.
But your music career, I'm sure you draw inspiration from several different places.
Oh, yeah.
Who are some of the artists that influenced you the most?
Well, number one, I've got to say Cross Canadian Ragweed.
Yeah, right on.
They absolutely hands down number one. But I mean, like, also growing up and listening to dad rock in my dad's truck growing up and like all that stuff. I love rock and roll,
Yeah.
but like I don't know. It's like
Well, and
I
that's the
grew
thing.
up-
Ragweed, blended
were the
country
first
and
to really
rock
do it
and
right.
kind of yeah.
No, so definitely them. But then like, I mean, I love old school country, and
Oh yeah.
I love stuff like that. I can't do it personally. Like, it just doesn't make sense for me to do it. But I definitely say, like, if you had to ask what we sounded like, I always tell people it's like if Skinner and Hank Jr. had a baby.
So it's like, so it's kind of like rockin'.
yeah,
rockin'
I've got an
rockin'
accent,
country,
So
like-
I can't get away from that. So everybody's whatever I do, people are always gonna say country. But
And you're from Texas, so
yeah, but then like if I put like an Eddie Van Halen guitar solo over a song, like we've got a song coming out this year, and it's definitely got some like Eddie Van Halen like inspiration in the guitar, and like people are gonna be like, "What is this? Like this is weird." But it's definitely I don't know if people are gonna like it yet, but it's definitely a fun little experience.
Well, and that's the whole thing, that the whole Texas scene, the lines are very blurred between country, Texas country, red dirt, and just
Mhm.
Texas music. And now you've got almost like, then you've got people like Geo with their Tejano Punk Boys. I love them, and it's just like
I
everything.
Love Giovanni.
I love
they're
it.
part of- they're part of my influence. Like I love Gio and them, man. I've seen them so many times.
Well, it's
they're-
just a good time every time, too.
I think they're the
so
best
fun.
concert, like live act I've ever seen, and they're always just a good time.
I went and saw them play. I think I just mentioned this in the episode I shot the other day with Garrett Smith too, but I went and saw them play at a venue like really close to my house, and I'm there with some friends and my wife, and me and my wife, like the concert ended or whatever, and so we left and we went home. And I get a text, like, right about the time we're pulling in the driveway from my friends. And it's a picture of them with Geo next to the van. I'm like, oh, we should have stayed.
There's some really cool guys. My guitar
Could've hung
player's
out with
friends
them.
with my guitar player's friends with one of their guitar players pretty well. Back in the day, they played at Jab Fest with their old band and
Oh, yeah.
and opened for them. And like I think him and one of Gio's guitar players stay in touch. But his guitar players are just legit, and especially because one of them's right-handed and left-handed. So when they like get together and solo, the necks of the guitars are like.
Oh, so
That
they're
was
like,
cool.
yeah.
Yeah, so instead of them like both the guitars both facing the same way, they're facing opposite. And it just looks pretty sick.
That's gonna, yeah, always look cool. And then they have their bass player also plays like tuba, I think, on a
Yeah,
few
he
of the
gets
songs
it there.
too, which is
I don't know
cool.
what song that is he plays. Like, I don't want to be wrong, so I'm not gonna say it. But,
Yeah.
like,
Well, no, and I'm not sure either, but it's like something in Spanish, right? Like he
it's
does
some
the.
Spanish song. Like, I know the words to whatever they're doing because I've seen them so many times, but I don't know what the song is.
Well, and then I know he has a song called Ramon Ayala, which is about Ramon Ayala,
Oh, of course.
like the song. But like, you know, and I've gotten into a little bit of like Tejano and like Mexican music and stuff lately too. I married a Latina, so like we go to her family's house and stuff, and they're always like
You're the
playing
one
that
white
stuff.
boy.
Yeah, yeah, like that TikTok where they're like every family
Yeah.
has one white. But we made one of those the other day.
Oh, did you? Did you get
Yeah.
to send that to me? Those are so funny.
Yeah, I'll send it to you. It's on her TikTok, but I'll send it to you. But I was like over there waving with my Yeti cup.
Yeah,
But
no, that's
we're
funny. Did they give you shit for it?
oh yeah, no they. But I was talking to one of her tios, her uncles, and he was like, "You need to do an episode of your podcast and like interview a Tejano band or like someone like that sings
Yeah.
corridos." And I was like, he was telling me about how like it's, you know, and a lot of it sounds real similar to what's going on with country. He's like, we don't like a lot of the new stuff because it's like fake and like these people that write these songs, they have people that will go investigate and make sure that the stuff really happened that they're like writing the songs
That's
about
funny.
stuff. And I'm like, that's awesome. I need to. So like I've been listening to like Los Tigres del Norte and stuff.
Yeah, dude. Like I mean, you've got like the Texas Tornadoes too.
Yeah.
And like all those guys, and then you've like I love Hispanic rap.
Oh yeah, like I've listened to a
That
little bit of the
Mexico
newer
too.
stuff, but
That Mexico too.
Oh,
he's pretty
yeah,
cool.
that one
But
too.
like Co
I like-
Wetzel's like best friend Bo Bundy is a
Oh,
Mexican
yeah.
rapper. I love Bo Bundy. I don't know what he's saying, but I love it. I can pick up like here and there. I mean, I've got a Spanish tattoo on my wrist, so it's like, I mean, I know enough.
yeah, that's the thing. Like I know a good amount of Spanish. I'm by no means fluent, but like I pick up enough words that I can get the gist of what
I can
people
work
are
my way
talking
around
about.
a conversation with somebody
Yeah.
in Spanish.
Yeah, and it's the hard part for me is like listening and trying to come up with a response fast enough while also trying to process like what they
Yeah,
said.
I'm like trying to
Like,
translate it.
and I'm
it's
like, like I can say stuff like just
Yeah.
fine. You know, I could be like, "Bienvenidos a los Red Dardaki Show" or something. But like,
Yeah. I felt like such a. I felt like so cool. I went to Mexico this summer, and
Yeah.
like I felt so cool. I was like talking to the waitresses in Spanish, and they're probably like, "This kid's so stupid. We speak English." They're probably like,
yeah, because you're like the touristy part, and they're probably
Yeah.
like, they're like, we speak
we were in,
English.
where were we? Like
Cozumel.
like Erla Majeres.
Yeah.
Sitting here like, "Oi, ¿cómo estás? Me llamo Jackson." They're like, "Yeah, can we take your order?" And I'm like, "Yeah, sure." I like to say it's red Mexican is what I know. Like it's all like from being picked up like from like working with Hispanic people. Like, all-
No, yeah, like that's yeah.
I definitely know all the bad words. I can say that. I know all of them.
Yeah, no, I've learned a lot too, and you know, like I knew a good amount before, but I've learned a lot more after getting married to her,
Oh,
to
yeah, I'm
Carolina. So, but
sure.
it's cool because she's she's completely bilingual, so she can. So her mom will talk to her, and her mom is completely bilingual too.
Mhm.
But like her mom will talk to her in Spanish, and she'll just respond in English to like mess
Yeah.
with it. And I'm like, that just blows my mind how quickly she
You know
can
they
do that.
stay talking shit about you. You know they gotta stay talking shit about you.
Oh no, maybe a little, but it's probably deserved.
Probably, honestly, yeah. I mean, dude, we went out drinking one night. And I woke up the next morning with a tattoo on my wrist that says "Vaquero."
Oh
So,
yeah.
yeah, I've got cowboy in Spanish on my wrist.
See, that's awesome though.
It's a funny tattoo. Like I'm not ashamed of it. I just
No.
don't remember getting it.
That's what happens down there sometimes.
I just remember waking up the next morning, and I think I did it to impress a girl. Like being honest, I think I was with a girl, but I was like, It's not coming off. Like, that hurt.
That sounds like something that should be in a song. You
Should
put
I
a
get
song.
tattoo to impress a girl, dude?
Yeah, like woke up with a
God, I
vaquero
want your name
tattoo.
on my ass cheek or something, dude.
Yeah, it's yeah, yeah. I've
I'm
heard
trying to get
stories.
somebody- I'm trying to get somebody to get my brand tattooed on him. I think that'd be really funny.
Well, I know, like, I had Hayden Haddock on, and he said someone has his logo tattooed on them. Like, one of his fans did it. I was like, that's badass.
I've got somebody that wants to do it, but I think it'd just be funny. I think it'd just be really much of a flex. Be like, yeah, this dude's got my brand on it.
I want to get someone to do a promotional stunt and get someone to get, like, Red Dirt Aggie Show tattooed on it.
What do they get?
With a QR code, like, across their forehead or something.
Pay for it. I'll do it. I'll do it.
Oh, man.
Oh, that'd be funny, man. Yeah, just have them. Just have them.
Or just a QR code, like, on their forehead. Everyone's like, what is that? You imagine how much traffic I'd get from people scanning it?
Do I need to put these on too?
Oh, yeah, you have to. Glasses on the pot. I do it just because there's, like, I have, like, 3 ring lights in my eyes, and otherwise I'm squinting the whole time.
Well,
And,
the lighting is not good in here, and it looks like I don't have eyelashes, so it's kind of...
well, and it's just, I do it too, so, like, I squint from the lights, and then also, if I'm not looking directly at the camera, my eyes look weird, so, like, that way I can look wherever, or, like, if I need to read my notes, you can't tell that I'm looking at them.
Yeah, no, for sure.
It's all that, like, sneaky stuff. But yeah, man. So what's your favorite song that you have that you've written, whether it's out now or coming soon, or just what's your favorite song that you've written?
My favorite one I've written is Cigarette Song. It's out now. It came out on October 7th. Definitely like a very heartfelt song for me. I wish I would have recorded it a little better. But,
You can always do that later, though.
Oh yeah, I could always re-release it if I want to, but definitely more of a. I mean, it's a very metaphorical song, but I really like it. So.
And I'll let you plug it. Where is it available? It'll be everywhere. You can get your music. Is that what we say? Yeah. Right? Spotify,
yeah, dude. Yeah,
Apple.
Song by Jackson Randolph is on every platform you can find your music. So.
That's the way to do it.
It's a sad one, man. It'll definitely put you out if you listen to it. But
those are usually the best songs, though, the heartfelt ones. Because even if you're not like sad when you listen to it, I feel like you can still appreciate like the emotion or the story behind it. Like, because sometimes I realize I'm like, I'll be in a great mood, but I still in like I was listening to Treaty Oaks album. You know, I listened to their music, and I'm like, man, this is a banger. And then I started listening to the words. I'm like, this is depressing as hell, but it's still a banger.
Stop listening to that album, dude.
I know, I love it.
It's so good.
It's just
I've probably listened to that album all the way through like 20 times.
Yeah, I mean, I played it through it several times. Just the first day. I mean, I've had it on repeat in the car and stuff.
But like I get on Spotify and it's like the first thing I can click on, so I just click on it. And I'm like, I'll just listen to these again. So.
Well, yeah, and it's like there's not really a bad one on that album too. It's one of those rare albums where you can just kind of like let it play.
I like just about all of them. Yeah, I mean, they're all great, but I mean, definitely "See You in Court's" my favorite.
I've been hearing that. That's a lot of people's favorite. I enjoy that one too. I just think it's like yeah.
Yeah, and then is it Right Place, Wrong Time?
That one's a good one too, and I like
really
it.
good.
Have a Nice Day is pretty good too.
Have a Nice Day is good too. What's that one where it's like, I wish you'd bring a little more.
That's the one that always gets stuck in my head.
That's
I like
my
that
favorite one, but I can't think of which one it is. Is it? It's not Stop and Stare, is it?
It might be. I know they have one called Stop and Stare. I think so.
I don't know if it's.
Where it's like, I wish you'd bring a little more to the table. Yeah.
I wish you'd tell me something
Good. Yeah.
Yeah, no, that's a good one, man. I like that. They definitely did a really good job with this whole album. I mean, like the drums. I mean, it leads me to believe that their last album was like computer drums, but the drums on this sound so good.
Well, and well, yeah. I mean, they're all so nice too. Like when I sat down and interviewed them too, they just they tell some good stories and stuff too. Like it was just fun hearing all of them, and they were cracking me up because they were all like messing with each other the whole time too. Like,
Yeah.
Sam tried to introduce himself as the singer. They're like, "Oh, we're all going around and introduce ourselves." And so Sam like tried to go first, and every single person went. Like one guy went, and the next one went, and then finally like Sam, he goes, "Hi, I'm Sam," and the other guy talked over the top. He's just like, "Jesus Christ!" I think he's, "I'm Sam Canty, and I sing vocals for." Like
That's
the best,
funny, man.
the best
Yeah,
like
some
start
of
to the
my guys
video.
are. We just screw with each other. We just screw with each other all the time. It's so funny.
Oh man, and it's like those are the bands that you can tell when they're on stage and stuff that they like each other, and it's not just business.
Oh.
They're out there for fun too.
Yeah, no,
Like,
we had. There was a video from our album release party we played at the Grand Stafford Theater.
Oh
And,
yeah.
had a really big crowd, and we some guys like I used to work with way back home. They drove down, and one of them threw like this like 3XL pair of granny panties at me. So I used it. I didn't have a sweat rag, so I wiped my face with them, which was also really funny. But then I like kept trying to put them on my bass player while he was playing, like in the middle of the song, while he didn't notice it. So like, there's a picture of me dangling them in his face, and he's like,
Oh, that's awesome.
"Yeah, I had they're hung up on my wall over here. I hung them up."
The
Just
trophy.
a giant pair. Oh yeah, they're huge. Like I mean, I could fit in them like 3 times over.
Oh, and that's like you see those videos like there's one with Parker and there's one with Drake too, where people like throw their bras on stage and stuff. Parker's like, "I didn't know they make them that big." This one,
Yeah, Parker goes, "Good lord."
I didn't know they make them that big.
If somebody threw a bra that big up on my stage, you'd be like, "Man, I'm sorry for your back." Like,
Yeah, like
That's
that's
gotta
gotta
hurt.
have some back pain.
that's gotta hurt. Yeah, for real. Thank God I was blessed with 0 titties, so I'm good. But I mean, you're tall. You get it. You have back problems just because you're tall.
Yeah, and I got a gut too. That's the other thing. Give me back problems, but maybe by the end of the year it'll go down if we finally start exercising. We'll see.
I have a horrible back. Like I hurt my back real bad when I was like 18, and it just has not been the same since. And they were like, "Yeah, you're gonna feel that for the rest of your life." I was like, "Thanks." I'm like 18 at the time, and they're telling me I'm gonna have a bad back for the rest of my life. I'm like, "It'll get better." It hadn't.
It never did.
It hadn't gotten better.
Oh
But-
man. Well, yeah, like going back to Treaty Oak a little bit. I'm hoping that I can sit down and try to interview them again before they play. I know they're coming to College Station. I reached out to them. I'm like, it'd be cool to go like do an interview somewhere in Harry's or something. Sit down there.
Oh, in the green room at Harry's would be sick.
Yeah, I know. I've never seen any I've never seen it there. I've never been in there yet.
It's really cool. It's kind of put together. It's kind of like just kind of thrown together, but it's definitely a cool little spot.
What's the craziest thing you've seen while you've been out playing a show somewhere?
Oh, TABC show up one night.
Oh no.
Like they're like ATF of Texas. Like
Yeah, no.
they it was before we played, and it was in College Station, and I had like just broke up with a girl, and I don't know if this is true or not, but I had like just broke up with a girl, and like then all of a sudden this place gets a call saying that we're underage and we drink at every show, which we don't. We don't drink before we play, and like we're setting up sound, and I hear Jackson Randolph. I turn around and there's 2 state cops standing there, and I'm like,
Ooh.
I'm like, dude, let me finish my set and then take me to jail. Like, I guess we'll do that. But like, they were like, hey, we got a phone call from somebody that says you're underage drinking up here a lot. And I was like, who? And they were like, we can't tell you who. So they were like, were you drinking? I'm not drinking. But that was weird. And then like, we were playing at the Grand Stafford. Like, the cops walked in again too, and the cops walked up to the green room, making sure nobody's got anything.
Man, if I were a cop, I'd use that excuse. If I wanted to go see somebody play or something, I'd be like, I need to investigate, make sure there's no illegal activities in the green room at the Co-Wetzel concert.
Dude, for sure. I've definitely seen our fair share of like fights too. Like, one night it was up in East Texas, and we were playing, and we were done with our set, and like, I'm kind of loading stuff in the truck. I hear something going down in the parking lot, and I like run and get the guys, and I'm like, dude, y'all come outside. And they're like, do you want to break it up? I'm like, no.
No, I don't watch.
I'm like, dude, if I jump in there, they're gonna kill me. But like, these dudes were apparently talking shit to these guys in this truck, and these guys in this truck got out and just whooped some ass. And they're looking at me like, go break it up. It's not my fight. I'm just staying right
I
here.
didn't start this. I have nothing to do with this. I'm just saying.
really don't hope anything gets much wilder than that. You know. Like,
Yeah, you don't want it. Yeah. And then what are some of the coolest venues that you've gotten to perform at so far? What are some that you have as goals for the future?
So definitely my favorite is the Saxon Pub in Austin, just because of how legendary that place is, and like the people that own it. Joe Abels, he's a super good guy, and all that stuff. And then
Didn't
I did
Parker
to
get
play-
started playing there too? Saxon
They
Pub?
all did, man.
I was going to say a lot of
They
people have come
all
up through
did.
there. Yeah.
It's just a cool spot. Love and War in Plano.
Yeah.
Love and War is a cool spot just because a lot of people have come up through there too.
Mm-hmm.
I got to play with BMI at the Cindy Walker Days Fest this year, and I think like the headliners were the Bellamy Brothers and Caitlin Butts and like Bob Will's Texas Playboys.
Oh, that's
So that was-
that's sick. Yeah.
Definitely super cool. That was a cool stage. And the Grand Stafford here, man, like that's a neat little venue.
I haven't had the chance to go over there yet, but I've seen they've gotten some pretty good sized artists in there and stuff now too. Like it looks like it's
they've
cool.
had Charlie Crockett, and, like Jamie Lynn Wilson and Josh Ward, and like all those.
And I know
guys.
Brandon Ryder played over there too recently.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and then I mean the Palace Theater. I just
Or that's the one I
played-
was thinking of. I think the Palace Theater. But
Yeah, they do more country. The Stafford really doesn't do country.
Uh-huh.
But I bugged them enough that they let me have a show. But the Palace is definitely cool. Really cool, like outdoor vibe. But like, it's an amphitheater, but it's all couches.
Oh,
So
see,
you're, like,
that's
getting to
sick.
sit
So
on
you're
a couch.
comfortable. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. The whole time. So I played there like early December with Bart Crow. So that
Oh,
was really
sick.
cool. I was fangirling the whole time I was there. I was like trying to keep it cool too, but like Bart Crow's badass, dude.
Bart Crow's gonna be on here soon, by the way.
What's up, Bart, man?
Yeah.
I was really freaking out when I got to open for him. It was super cool. He's a super nice guy. His whole crew was pretty cool. So definitely
But
a
yeah.
fun little experience.
Yeah, he seems like a good guy. I'm excited to get to talk to him. I know he's been on the scene for a long time, so
Oh yeah, he's
it's
been
gonna be
around.
cool to pick his brain a little bit. But
Yeah.
I reached out to him off. Well, like I would already had him. I have like a list of people that are like his goals and stuff to
Yeah.
reach out to. But actually, when I got done filming the episode with oh my gosh, who was it? You told me the episode. Ryder Grimes.
Yeah.
Ryder Grimes was like, you need to ask Bart, and I was like,
Yeah.
I was already planning to. Great idea. Like, so I posted the clip with him saying you need to ask Bart, and then that brought him in. So
Dude, hey,
we're doing that
Bart,
too.
if you're watching this, man, one, we need to write. Two, you got to get on this show, dude. He's a good guy. This is a fun time. So
Oh heck yeah, thank you.
there's you another clip, man. You got
Yes
it.
sir.
Yeah. No. And speaking more of Ryder Grams, like
Yeah, no, he's a good dude.
he's I mean, I had lunch with him when I was back home for Christmas. I had lunch with him, a week ago, maybe. He's just, I mean, he's one of my best buddies. He's just a good kid. And
That new album he put out's pretty solid too. I
it's
like
pretty
some of the
Bart
songs
Rose
on
did
there.
a great job on that. They did
Yeah.
a great job on that. Definitely. I mean, but, I mean, God, me and Ryder just do stupid stuff together. We just hang out. And, like, I mean, I can't explain it. Like, it's just redneck.
The
And
the vibes are good.
the vibes are really good. Whenever me and Ryder are together, it's pretty funny because he's like more laid back and like just kind of wherever he goes wherever the flow is, and like, you know, I'm the guy that's like, dude, let's go let's go commit a crime.
And he's just like, all right.
he's like no.
Yeah, no.
He's like, no, I'm not doing that. No, I'm not doing that.
So you can keep each other in check. You keep him on his toes, and he keeps you in check.
I told him I was gonna start some podcast beef with him today. He was like, "Don't do it." I was like, "We gotta do it."
I'll tag him.
Yeah, Ryder, if you're watching this, you a punk.
There's the
We're
clip
gonna
right
fight
there.
Yeah. We both did a podcast like back home, and like, we had this like whole fake thing about like who could eat more chicken tenders together with each other, and like they made it this whole thing, and like I think my episode with them comes out sometime this year, and like they're gonna finally put the second piece about it. But it was super funny. We almost did an actual like chicken eating contest.
You just go to McDonald's and get like the 40 piece or whatever and see and time it or something. I don't know.
Dude, I mean, I could crush a 40 piece by myself.
Well,
You'd have
that's
to
what I'm
get
saying.
that.
But you could just that's the only place I can think of where you can
Well-
order a large quantity of chicken nuggets though, or something cheap like that.
Ryder was
for
like,
the
it
challenge.
has to be lanes. Ryder said it has to be lanes. That boy
Really?
loves some Lane's fried chicken.
Dang, that's a real. He's an Aggie, I think, deep down somewhere in there.
Yes, I know. I've been trying to get him to move down here, but he
Yeah.
won't. No, I love Lane's, man. Screw Cane's.
See, I like Cane's too. They're pretty similar though, really. When you look at the chicken,
I mean, they're the same thing, but
I just like Lane's because it's College Station. But
the chicken's definitely. I mean, Lane's hot take here. Lane's chicken is mid. Like, I just think it could be way better, and Lane's definitely is crispier, and like all that. And Lane's is cheaper, and you get more food.
yeah,
So like,
it is.
do you see? They're like going to be a national brand here soon. Like, they're expanding across the country.
Yeah, they're in Houston and Dallas already.
Yeah,
So-
but they're like opening like 20 or 30 locations, I think.
Wow. Yeah. Well, I mean, they could do it. I mean, they're
Oh, definitely.
For
I'm
sure.
just mad though. I went there the other day and they didn't have the potato salad. Like, that's all I go there for.
I want Bojangles to come to. I know they're in some places in Texas, but I wish they'd get more of them out here. I used to live in North Carolina when I was younger,
Oh yeah.
and they have Bojangles chicken out there in the Carolinas,
Yeah.
and that it's so.
I've never
good.
had it. I hear it's pretty good. They've got that, and then they've got like what's that other one? Cookout.
Yeah, I don't even remember much about Cookout when I lived out there. I guess I don't know. I never went there that much, but like the big one for me was always Bojangles, and it's similar to like a Popeyes, like it's like that Cajun chicken, like it's spicy, but
Yeah.
it's different and it's better. I don't know. It's good.
Oh yeah, no, absolutely.
It's good. What's your favorite concert that you've been to as a fan?
Oh, that's hard. I've been to a lot. I'm very much a concert junkie when I can go.
Oh, same.
Like I said, I think Geo and them put on the best show like I've ever seen.
Yeah.
Treaty Oaks fire too. I've seen this will be my 6th time seeing them in like a week.
And I haven't got to see Treaty Oak yet, but I'm so excited, man.
Dude,
I think it's
you-
the high energy. Like I love shows like that. So
Y'all ought to roll with us a little bit that night. Come hang out with us. We got a big group going, and like the whole band will be there, so you get to meet them and
yeah, absolutely.
all that.
We'll be over there.
No, they're pretty impressive. I've seen Riley Green twice now. He's really good.
Yeah, I've been wanting to see him too. I wish I would have made it up there for the. I think I was out of town that weekend. And I was going to go up there for the one at Reed Arena when he
Yeah.
played there the other day.
That was the best like $20 ticket.
Yeah, I know, because I was like, dang, it's only $20. I mean, he's blown up now, so.
Yeah. Oh, he's been big time, man.
Well,
I mean,
yeah.
he's been-
But like
He's
for it to
so
be only
good.
$20, I'm like, that's a good price.
I don't think concert tickets should cost more than 50.
No, but
Oh,
it's
it's
all the
Ticketmaster.
resale that Ticketmaster. All my homies hate Ticketmaster, like Zach Bryan says. See Zach Bryan, ever you need to wear that.
Did you go to that At the Station Fest?
I did not.
You're,
Montana told me he went, and he said it was a good time, or whatever he said, but it took him 4 hours to get to the.
I had the worst time. I had the worst time the whole time I was there. Like, the concert was good, but I mean, you've been to Chili Fest. You can't fit 40,000 people in that place.
No,
You
and
could
it's
not.
just it's the same deal that you have at Chili Fest where you're waiting, hours to get in and out of there and whatever
Yeah, but,
else.
like,
and it's
You take a town that is 2-lane only, and then shove 40,000 people in there, and then only have one exit for like 7 of the parking lots. Like, they were trying to funnel out like 10,000 cars
Yeah.
out of one thing.
I heard a lot of like logistical. I heard like it was very successful, like good performances and everything. But I heard just the logistics of everything was a disaster, and
It's
that
terrible.
they ran out of
We were
water
coughing
and
up
stuff.
blood the next day because of how dusty it was.
Well, that's polar opposite of Chili Fest, where it's usually a mud pit.
Yeah, no, they like if they would have wet the dirt a little bit, like we would have been chilling, but they didn't. And then like the only reason we got out when we did is because we ran over the fence because we weren't waiting there. We waited like 3 hours. We didn't get home until like we waited longer than that. We didn't get home until like 3:30 in the morning.
Oh
But-
joy!
We were like, hell yeah, man. Allegedly, we have a cooler in the back, and so we allegedly drank all the beer. And then
That was like,
home.
yeah, I was talking to Montana about going over there, and they're like, yeah, it took us 4 hours and 3 cases of beer because we were in the bed of the truck though. We didn't commit any crimes.
Yeah, no, we were. No, we God, it was we like played a whole 5-on-5 like 2-man touch football game. We like with random people. And, we had this random girl with us. I don't even remember her name, but she was like, "I lost my friends. I'll give you $50 to take me home." I was like, "Deal." That paid for my ticket, so it's like deal. But Dude, it was terrible. There was some lady giving a dude a hand job in the back. Like, we were like, yeah, no, it was nasty. We were laughing so hard. It was me and my buddy Kyle. We had gotten separated from like our entire group. So
Yeah.
quick, and you can't text anybody. So it's like,
Oh,
me and
yeah.
him.
It's like Chili Fest.
We had found some other people and like all this, and we were getting food, and we missed the entire Flatland Cavalry set by waiting to get food. Is how long it took us. And so we get the food. We're mad. This food sucks. Like, it's terrible.
So, like, not only you missed the entire set, but it's like, this is terrible food.
I paid $25 for the shittiest burger I've ever eaten in my life, and like,
Yeah.
like the way they were cooking it, they had like Philly cheesesteaks and shit too. So they had this huge vat of just meat, and the burger patties were just sitting in those.
Like,
The
piling up.
burger patties were just sitting in the like liquid at the bottom,
Yeah.
and it was $25, and like that's not even, like I think it was like $25 including fries, and then you had to buy a drink.
You know how much
So
money
you're
they
like-
made from all that? Drink
Dude.
sales, and then food sales, and just ticket sales in general, like, for that many people.
The worst part about it too is they're like, we're doing it twice as big next year. We're doing 2 days. I'm like, you can't.
Please add infrastructure then, because it's not going to
If-
work.
I've been like talking to friends about this. If they do it, they're gonna have to do it at like Kyle Field.
Yeah, it's like, so
They would have to.
I think they need to do some kind of festival. Maybe not something to that scale, and I don't know. I don't know that the university would go for something as crazy like as that. But like, so they need to do some kind of music festival and utilize like Aggie Park on
they
campus
did
because
this
they have that
summer.
now.
They
And
did
then,
this
but
summer.
and
They
then you
did
have the
Troubadour
big
Fest.
artist playing Kyle Field at the end of the night. Like get like a Parker McCollum
That
or like
honestly
a
would- that makes
Co
sense.
Wetzel or like I don't know, somebody who's huge, Turnpike, someone who
Well,
could fill up the stadium.
There's room and there's parking.
Yeah,
And streets to get out on. Like,
yeah,
But like, so I mean, we went to Troubadour Fest at Aggie Park.
that's right. They did do that in Aggie Park.
That
That's
was
true.
cool. They did a good job at that.
Mhm.
They did a really good job at that. And then they were like, "Oop, Aggie Park's dry now. You can't have alcohol there." So like,
What?
we went
Except
and
on
saw
game
it.
days.
Yeah, I know. And so like, we're there for Gary Allen, and we've all got like 12-ounce shots in our boot, or 12-ounce like
Allegedly.
fla-
Of water.
allegedly-
Just kidding.
Allegedly 12-ounce flasks of
Water.
watered down, water flavored Jack Daniels. And I got to sing with Gary Allen tonight too, which is pretty cool.
Oh, that's awesome.
That was really cool. I mean, it's not that bad for not having in-ears and like not being able to hear myself, but I was definitely like that whole flask of water deep, so it was like, but it was pretty cool getting to meet him.
Yeah.
he's an influence of mine too. I love Gary Allen, so definitely a neat guy.
And then, we'll finish up here. But what are some of your hobbies outside of music that you're passionate about outside of music?
Dude, I don't really have any. Like, this is like my whole life, but like, I guess like hanging with buddies, obviously, like hanging with my friends. That's always
Going to concerts, hanging out with friends. I mean that's
concerts
comes back
hanging
to
out with
music, but
friends,
it's like that. Yeah.
drinking water. But like, I guess like working on my truck or like helping my friends work on theirs or like something like that. But most of the
It's
time,
it's okay. You don't have to have another. I mean, like I'm just always curious because sometimes people do, but it's like music's already like a big like that's your thing. Everybody's got a thing,
Oh,
and I think
it's that's the only thing I love this much, and I get to do it for my job. So it's like
yeah. So it's like
my hobby
There you
just
go.
makes me more money.
see that's the thing is like I want to monetize this podcast, right?
Yeah.
But I just don't know how. So I'm trying to. I don't know if I need to get sponsors. I don't know if I just need to grind for
sponsors
like
would be
years
pretty
and try to
much-
get monetization or what. Like
Sponsors are gonna make you way more money than monetization.
that's what I'm
I mean,
thinking.
even all the big YouTubers, like if you go look at the Full Sin podcast, like obviously they're doing that for fun.
Yeah.
But like if you look at like the Joe Rogan podcast or like Theo Bond's podcast or any
Yeah.
of the comedians podcast, like those are the ones I listen to. They all have sponsors,
Right.
and it's because you only make like pennies on the dollar for views and like ad revenue. So it's like
Which I guess is the same thing like for a musician from streams on Spotify and stuff. You don't really
you
get
don't make anything.
anything.
Yeah, that's why it's like a musician's job to sell T-shirts and concert tickets. So it's like.
Yeah, I'm trying to come up with merch for the podcast too. Like I have this.
Yeah, that's a badass hat. I need to give me one of those.
Yeah,
I'll tell you who to go through. I used. What's his name? He was at CC Creations in College Station.
Oh yeah. If I could get with somebody like
I'll
that.
have to email you his name, but I mean, I had my T-shirts designed and they turned it around so quick because I needed them,
Yeah.
and like they were super professional. Like, I mean, they were awesome. I think I ordered my T-shirts and had them in like 5 days.
Well,
I
and
ordered a lot.
and the thing I'm thinking is like it would be cool to have like, like obviously I'll sell them to viewers and stuff, but
Yeah.
like I'm thinking like if I do hats or koozies or stickers or something small that I can send to like each guest that comes on the podcast too, and then they can do
yeah,
a
that's
post
cool.
like either wearing it or being like, hey, I'm on this, or like thanks to the Red Dirt Aggie Show for sending me this package. I don't know,
You give me a
because then
hat,
it's
I'll
like
wear it all the time. I'll wear it until it falls off my head.
no, see, I'm a big hat guy too. I love
Me too.
hats. I have a whole like laundry basket full of hats under this desk in front of me, and then I got Astros hats all over the place over here.
Oh, you're an Astros fan?
Well, I'm from the Houston area, so I mean,
Gross.
yeah, I know I get a lot of hate for it, but
Hold it. Hold it.
Rangers or
I'm
what?
from- right, absolutely.
Well, I mean, hey, y'all won the ship this year, so you got it. There you go.
Well, I could be like, oh, I'm an Angels fan because Josh Hamilton went there, Like, but no, Josh Hamilton. Who knows what happened to him?
Yeah.
I have cards. I have a signed card from him. I think. Right here, maybe. Hold on, let me see if I can find it.
What did happen with him? I remember he kind of like. I was gonna say he kind of like went off the deep end a little
Yeah.
bit.
Josh Hamilton.
Oh yeah.
I used to be a big baseball fan. I just can't like even sports like now. Like I like football, but and I mean I played sports growing up like until high school, and I just lost it.
Well, and then like you got hurt and fell in love with music. It sounds
Yeah,
like
no.
too, right? Like
Dude, yeah, my career-ending injury I think
led
I'm
you
gonna
into
try
your
out for
your
I'm gonna be
career-ending
the
and
12th
career.
man. I'm gonna be the 12th man next year, dude. I'm walking on.
That was
I'm walking on.
I was at the I went to the Texas Bowl with my wife. It was down in Houston, and this year A&M was playing in it. So like I the third string. We're already starting our third string quarterback, and he got hurt on the first play.
Yeah,
And
but
I don't know if
he's
you were watching.
pretty good.
And then so he gets hurt on the first play, and so I'm like I'm yelling, "Put me in, coach!" Like I'm the 12th
Yeah,
man.
no, dude, it's so funny to me. Like the like I guess like atmosphere at those games. Like some of the heckles you hear, it's just so funny. Like, they just make me laugh.
Well, yeah, and like like at the baseball games too. Like the,
Oh,
get in the box,
there's
coach.
There's always like one guy at the baseball games too that's just louder than everybody.
Family game.
Yeah, no, we got so like we played something and they gave us like alumni seats for a game and like that was sick. And I'm the same way for the football game, dude. If I have seats with a back, I'm not sitting in the student section.
Oh yeah, well like
There's no way.
yeah, I'm blessed now, so I don't have to worry about that. But but yeah, standing for the whole game, it was rough. I did it proudly as a student, but once I graduated,
Oh,
I'm like
I've
I
done
can
it.
sit now.
Yeah, I've done it, but like, dude, I'm not a student anyway, so I don't have to abide by your rules.
That's true. Yeah, that's true.
I remember one day this guy got mad at me because I went whoop, and like this guy got mad at me. He was like, "You're not a junior." I was like, "I don't go to school here."
You're like, I go to Blinn. I'm just hanging
Yeah, I'm
out.
like, yeah, buck 'em, dude. Buck 'em till I die. So,
Hey, Cam Newton
Yeah.
Newton went to Blinn. He's a national. He went to the Brenham one, but he's the national champion. Won a national junior NJCAA championship.
Whatever happened to him too, man? He had like one really good season, and like after that, it was just like, eh.
but yeah, man.
Well, yeah. Well, thank you for coming on the podcast today and hanging out. You're welcome back anytime if you want to come on again.
Sure.
Just
Let's
shoot
do
me
it.
a message and let me know. But this has been the Red Dirt Aggie Show. I'm Brian, the Red Dirt Aggie. That over there is Jackson Randolph. And thanks for hanging out with us today. As always, gig 'em and God bless, and we'll see you next time.